Oh, that's flipping bright. Let's see. We should be going live. I need to check something. Hey, we are live. Sweet. This should be working. Both Facebook and YouTube. So, oh, don't want to go to that yet. Bear with me on my screens. There we go. And I'm going to switch that over to that. And then I need to bring that up. Hey, alright. That chat's working. Should be going. I want to see something. I'm testing something out on, whoa, shit, volume spiking a little high. I turned that down so I'm not quite so loud on you guys. So, should be coming on here both on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I know I need to get people onto my Facebook channel. But got a couple things I want to talk about tonight. It was almost another really bad day. I don't know if you guys seen my previous video where I had that lady run out in front of me. Got some more dash cam footage from today that almost turned really bad. So gonna show that to you guys here in a couple minutes. And then what was the other part? Shit, my brain just went dead. What I title this as? My brain. Oh, yeah, there we go. Brain works. Alright, and then gonna talk about if I was actually running illegal for 8 days and didn't realize it. And that'll be something for you guys to watch out for. So, we're gonna kind of check in with everybody here. So we've got RH Mac in the house, Flatbed Stevens in here. Aren't you supposed to be driving, man? Like, you're not supposed to shut down that Seahawks truck. You gotta be running and making that money. How's it going, Sway? Richard K, David H. So it's not gonna give me a viewer count for that. Alright, whatever. Don't care. So, how's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully you're all staying safe, staying warm. I know watching Crazy Bag's channel earlier, he snowed in again, so hopefully you're not stuck and getting screwed over due to this late winter storm going across. So, I'm gonna... Wow, that's bright. Sorry. Shiny button. There we go. Hey, Crazy Bags, how's it going, man? You're oversized. Let's go around has shut down due to curfew. Man, that sucks. But you're probably making the bank to afford it, so gotta love it. So yeah. So we're gonna get into the first part here, where how my day almost turned really crappy. I gotta watch that steering wheel. Really crappy due to Arkansas people not knowing how to drive. I was on US 64 making my way back over here to Searcy, Arkansas to pick up. And this guy decides to do this, and I'll show you in the video. And then it'll slow down to about 30% speed to really slow down and show how quick things could go from just cruising down the road to having a real bad day, if not fatality. I'll leave it at that. How's it going, Larry? Thanks for coming on over. I know you guys have been sticking with between Crazy Bags and Chad, now me. Hopefully we're going to get some stuff working together here. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to click over here to the video, and there's no audio to it on my dash cam. And also, for whatever reason, my I think it's like the IR sensor's kind of messed up, so it's black and white, so it thinks it's at nighttime for daytime, so it's kind of funky. I'm going to be updating the system here to 1080p anyways. Right now it's only 780. But so we're going to go ahead and watch the footage. You'll hear me talk, but there, as I said, there's no audio with it, so we're going to click on that and click on that, and here we go. So as I said, we are going to be westbound on US 64, and this is also why I highly recommend you get a dash cam. A cheap dash cam's better than no dash cam, because if this would have played out any different and I wasn't paying attention, it would have been a really bad day for me. So here we go. So it's that nice 2-lane road out in the middle of nowhere, Arkansas, and we're cruising around. And we're coming up on it. If I didn't notice that, I'll slow it down here. Let me skip ahead. Yeah, now it's slowing down. I'm going to jump ahead so it's not quite so long into it. And I'll go back later and show it down. Or show this again. Jump, jump. So here we got the first two cars. Here's the guy right here that we got to worry about. And it just shows how quick this could have been different. When I looked out my passenger mirror, he was probably about 3 inches away from hitting the trailer. Right there is when I noticed he's coming at me. And if I wouldn't have swerved, and if it, we'll go back real quick, I think this dude was doing this purposely, because look at the front of his freaking SUV. He already smashed into something, so I think he was looking for a truck to smash into to get a truck to pay for all his medical bills and get himself a new car. When I saw him, we'll see if I can jump ahead like a frame here. He's wearing his sunglasses. Oh, that's past. And I could see straight at his face. It wasn't like he wasn't paying attention. I don't know if he wasn't paying attention or what he was looking at, but that could have turned out a lot different if I wasn't paying attention. And people don't realize what we got to go through if we get involved in an accident like that. And then judging by the look of his car, I would put money on it that the dude doesn't have insurance, so I'd be screwed. I'd be paying all the deductibles to take care of my truck, trailer, whatever else. I'd be paying for my medical bills because he probably doesn't have money anyways, so it'd be pointless to take the small claims. So I'm going to click this back over here. So that's how much it was. Almost a really, really, really bad day for me. But thankfully I didn't get it. How's it going, Charles? And Randy? So yeah, that was, I'll show it again here later. But yeah, it was almost an extremely bad night for me. With that, I picked up my load. I could have turned around and burned to get back to where I started my day. That's where my delivery's at. But after that, it was just kind of sign. I have till 2100 tomorrow, which would be 9 p.m. Central, to make my delivery. So I just went over here, got a shower, relaxed, watched some YouTube. Now I'm going live, and I just took that as a sign that not to push it. It's time to park and just relax. Alright, how's it going, John? Coming in? Yeah, I'll show it again here real quick. So I was on 64 westbound. Here's normal speed. I'll jump it up a little bit since everyone kind of already saw it. And that's how quick. And the other part to it is you got to be careful when you swerve in a semi like that. I got over as far as I can get. If I would have put my steer tire in this dirt, and with all the rain, I wish I should have pushed some of it. But anyone that's been driving across Arkansas and anything else, or even Tennessee, you can see all the water building up everywhere. This soil is so saturated. If I would have put my steer tire in, it would have snagged my steer tire and yanked me down here into this ditch. So it's sometimes when you got like that, you can get over as far as you can get. And I'll show you in slow-mo again. That's how much distance I had to react. Let's go back to the first, when he first crossed. Right there. And I'm traveling at 55 to 58 miles per hour, somewhere in there. And a 55 zone. And also, thankfully, I was empty. So, gotta love Arkansas people. So we're gonna pull. Oh shit! I forgot to click that over. Oh, whoops. Yeah, there we go. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Me and technology sometimes. So, yeah, we'll jump. There we go. There's that. And here comes slow-mo. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to get used to it. This will be 3 programs running to do this, because I am also live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And then by time he's almost completely, he's 3/4 of the way already in my lane by time we're nose to nose. I don't know what he was thinking, but as I said, with how much of a POS his car is, jump it a little bit better here so you can see it. I literally think he was looking for me to pay for a payday. So, alright, we're going to flip that back. Alright. So, we scroll back up. Alright. So, I know I missed a whole bunch of comments on there. I'll go back through and kind of catch up with you guys. Thanks to everyone new coming in. We got 17 people in right now. Yep, that's why I recommend you have a dash cam. It will prove you're right and wrong. At that time, I found out that my camera that was on my driver's side, the power connection got loose, and it didn't record it. Otherwise, I would have been able to show you guys how close he was to my trailer. I mean, I got enough room where he missed the truck, but I think he was within 6 inches of catching the back end of the trailer. Yep. So, the other topic I want to talk about and go over with you guys, and I'll go back through, up through all the comments. So, sorry if I missed anything. But the other thing I realized yesterday, it's 100% my fault, and I kind of found out that all aspects from the 17th through the 25th, I was driving illegally. Okay, see you, Pap. Have a good night. And what happened was, well, 16th was my birthday. And I didn't realize that my CDL expired. So Prime got a hold of me that morning. I grabbed my load, made it over to West Memphis, and grabbed a Uber to the Memphis DMV, and then got my CDL renewed. So I don't have to worry about that for 8 years now. So one of the things to kind of keep by that'll get you real get you quick on your CDL is it expires. Your medical card's on file, or your medical card is expired, so you got to keep a close eye on that. Do not rely on your company to notify you when that stuff expires. And then for the guys out there with child support, do not get behind on your child support. You want to kind of talk about how bad that can mess you up real quick. Talk with Sinister on that. He went through it. I ended up meeting up with them and hooked them up with some food and some cereal. So, those are or you especially don't want to be behind child support if you go across the border. If you go trying to go into Canada and you're behind on child support, you're going to jail. So, that was the other part of the video. It's just I didn't realize my CDL was expired, but thankfully I was able to go in $72.50 later. Took about an hour and a half at the DMV. Now I'm good to go for 8 years. But thankfully I have gotten that taken care of, and if I would have been, that's kind of where truckers get the short end of the stick on this, is if my CDL was expired and I would have hit him, they would have shifted the blame off of him for crossing into my lane and put the blame on me because I shouldn't have been on the road in the first place, and I would have been at fault for the accident. It's the same thing as if you blow for alcohol or you test positive for drugs. You park in a spot that's marked no truck parking. So some of these on-ramps and off-ramps, if it's marked no parking and someone runs right in the back of your trailer at 100 miles per hour and they die, they can come back after you because you were parked illegally and you weren't supposed to be there. Us as truck drivers get the short end of the shaft on that so bad it's not even funny. So yeah, that's what I found out. Yeah, but thankfully I had enough room to miss that dude, and then thankfully I was able to get my CDL updated real quick. So that's why technically I was running illegally for 8 days. Yep, as Charles Price said on Facebook, all because your license expired, you would have been at fault. Yep. So I'm gonna go scroll up here and go through some comments here real quick. Make sure nothing important I missed. We're close call, close, pay attention, something man. Hey CPAP, thanks for subscribing. If you're still in here, I think you bounced out. Didn't play. Yeah. Hey Chad, thanks for watching in the videos. Yeah. Running TNT, you're gonna find out that you're gonna have enough time to eat, sleep, take a dump, and if you're lucky, get a shower. Other than that, you're not gonna have time for much else. We're going towards Marion. I don't know if it was Marion. It was 64, and I know it goes to 67 there in Bald Knob. I was probably about 20 minutes, 15 minutes outside of Bald Knob is where that happened at. Had an old man do that to me, I swear, but he went onset my trailer and hit my rear tire. Car exploded in pieces. Thank God for witness. Yep. How do you drain water from your fuel filter like your videos? Believe it or not, I don't mess with my fuel filter. I haven't had an issue with getting water in my fuel filter at all. If I start having an issue, I'm actually like 2 parking spots away from the Love's shop right here. So, the one thing I'm gonna do though is once we get off of winter blend fuel, I'm gonna go ahead and pay the cost to get my fuel filters changed out. Once we get back onto regular summer blend fuel. So, if you go to school and get your CDL, they can come. If you go to a school to get your CDL and decide to come to Prime, what you'll end up having to do is 40,000 miles with a TNT trainer. But the kind of good side to that is you're not into, you don't have to sign the contract as long as you can pass the evaluation on the simulator, for the drive test. Or no, yeah, I don't know if they make you actually go out to the pad anymore. They might just do the test on the simulator if you can pass that, or otherwise you got to do a quick eval out there with an in-house guy, and you're gonna have to do the in-cab engine compartment for pre-trip. You have to do 3 backing maneuvers and a quick ride around town just to make sure you can drive the truck. If you pass all that, you're good to go. Yeah, John, I've heard it can be the lab and 40,000. I've heard sometimes they'll take you out onto the pad and run it. It all depends if they have someone to run to do the pad for you. So yeah, almost done. Little over 24 miles, 24,000 miles, and last month I got rear-ended bobtail. That sucks. I hope you're okay, man. Nothing like getting an accident right before the end of your TNT there. You're about a week and a half out. So, so that was my excitement for the day. As I said, that's why I ended up, just being parked. Called it a night. Kind of enjoyed YouTube. I'm really enjoying what, Crazy Bags and Chad Rich are putting out there. I know they're actually they're more experienced as a driver than I am. I've only been driving since July 2013, and those guys have got years. So, but I've got the prime knowledge on them compared to them, so it's kind of nice and kind of helping them out when they get some of the weird questions that they don't quite know. Yeah, I'm super glad that when I was going through that I didn't get that steer tire off into that grass. If that steer tire would have hit the grass, I would have been done. Going 30 miles per hour, and the trooper behind him said he hit us going 70 plus. Holy sh... Did they make it out of it okay, man? I don't know if you guys on YouTube can see all the comments. I've got people in here on Facebook and YouTube commenting. But Chad is talking about how he was bobtail, and this dude they were going 30 miles per hour, and the car hit them doing 70 miles per hour plus in the back. Wow, they walked away. That's one of those ones you gotta wonder if they were drunk. So, other than that, I don't know if you guys got any other questions. I can actually have something set up if you want to try it out and then do an actual live call-in. I can have it on live chat. Sweet. All right, so I'm running a couple different programs here. I set up a robot, and it's supposed to be forwarding the comments back and forth. I'm glad to see that it's working for you guys. As I said, I'm starting to try to figure out some of this weird technology side of stuff for this live stream to get it better for you guys, and also that way get more of my platforms involved. The frame of my truck was in their windshield. Holy shit. That's one of them where you don't want to get out of the truck and see what's behind you because yeah, you don't want to see the aftermath of everything that's going on behind you. That's just amazing, and they walked away from it. So, so yeah, if anyone actually wants to call in, I'll try this out. Let me know, and I'll put my number up here to call. Just so you know, this number is not going to be active all the time. Actually, it'll be active, but it's going to go right to voicemail unless I'm doing a call-in show. So, kind of want to test it out. If anyone's interested, let me know, and I'll throw the number up. Other than that, feel free to throw your questions, comments, or concerns over here off to the left, or into the comment section, and I will address anything. As I said, I'm going to put all my faults out there, all my opinions. Like I said, I screwed up and I was driving illegally for 8 days. So, that's just one of the things you got to kind of keep an eye on. Don't rely on anyone else taking care of anything for you, especially like tickets or anything else. Follow through yourself to make sure everything gets taken care of. Does Prime already have the new 20? Yes, hey, yes, David, we have the 2019. I'm actually in a 2019 right now. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna make sure the ringer doesn't blast you guys out. Alright, and I'm gonna set that there. Alright, let's see if the phone number will plug in here. 392. Oh, wait, number lock. There we go. Having number lock on will help, guys. I'm just saying. As I said, I'm trying to piece together all this stuff. So, and hopefully it'll ring my phone. I got it set up to actually ring. If you hear anyone else on the phone, please wait till they get off. Yeah, some people already have 2020 trucks. And just wait till someone gets off, and that way we jump onto your. The problem with getting the 2020s in is so many people have ordered the trucks that Freightliners actually can't keep up with production. So it's literally as soon as Freightliner is getting the trucks made, they are getting sold and off to companies. They just can't make enough trucks to get enough in. It's basically what it's boiling down to. So if anyone calls that number and has any issues, feel free to let me know. I haven't actually messed around with it too much, so they said we're kind of trying some stuff out live here. See if this works. Make sure that's on. 196091. Oh, yeah, power, yeah. That should work. So, other than that, finish off the week as a strong week. This week they'll be starting off with a damn good load first thing tomorrow morning when I run this one. Does Prime get any other trucks besides Freightliner? Prime gets Freightliner and Peterbilt's in. They're and internationals. The other, I don't know if they are working on getting Freightliners in or not. So, or not Freightliners, Volvos. Phone number did not work. Oh. Call back again, Chad. Let's see something. Let me put it in. So I saw that you. So I got a notification you missed sometime. Let me check something here. So, oh, am I still live? Let me know. Give me a quick comment. Make sure you guys are still seeing me. I'm getting some weird things that it dropped off. Good old Milky Way truck. Sweet, man. No, I'm freaking no one in here. Oh, you piece of junk. Alright, so we're back. I don't know how many people are going to jump back in. I don't think this thing's going to work with me, so I'm going to... So, restarted it. So hopefully some of you guys will jump back in here. Check something right now. Should be, come on. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I freaking dropped it. Is it still dropping? Let me figure out what's going on here. A few seconds ago. Alright, so hopefully y'all are coming back in. This truck kind of screwed up my signal. Let's see, I can pull that right there. Yeah, should be up and going again, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. Had to if anybody's in that old chat or the old video, I had to restart it. Truck was backing in next to me and killed my cell signal. So sorry about that, guys. As I said, I'm kind of learning all this crap here. Let me see. If I drop out again, I'll call it a night. I'm gonna try and call Chad here, and see what's going on. If it'll actually, it's something with my phone that's not. Hold on, let me play with settings here for a second. Again, bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. Thanks for coming back in. I know a lot of people are dropping out because it's getting late. Do appreciate it. It's freaking dropping again. There we go. We're back up to full signal. Should be fixed. Should be a lot better signal now for you guys. I don't know what happened. I had full bars and it dropped down to nothing. So, I said, thanks for sticking with me or coming back in. Hopefully, video and all audio is all that a lot better now. I want to try it. Should be. Let me try something. Forward incoming call. Show on dialer. That's it. Why is it not? Hold on. As I said, some of this technology I'm just figuring out. Oops. Back. And so. Hey, we got 7 people back in. I'm trying to figure out the stupid call-in. My phone program I got set up. It's not working right. I might have to try this again later. Let me go to history. There we go. Alright, hold on. That's that. Hopefully signal doesn't drop out here. Giving you a call, Chad. We're gonna see if this works. Finger crossed. Oh, wait. You hung up on me, Chad. Hey, wait. Wait. Holy shit, is it actually working?
Hey, this is Chad.
Hey, Chad. How's it going, man? It's actually working now.
I'm calling from, actually, I think we're almost to Maine now. We're all on a load from LA to Maine.
Sweet.
So I'm in sleeper berth now, and then I'll be delivering the load in the morning, so we should be rolling in the morning. But yeah, it's been a long journey. Got experiencing the bad weather, and got my winter driving in, that's for sure, and then the accident at that.
Yeah.
That set us back quite a bit, but yeah, it was an insane wreck. Didn't even see him coming, didn't even know he was there.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate your videos, and it's nice to actually have some downtime now that I can actually watch it now.
Okay.
I've been busy the last couple months, so kind of behind on your videos, but I do appreciate everything you've done, and it definitely helps your questions and everything.
Yeah. No worries, man. Yeah.
But so I'm actually on the fence right now because going leagues or not.
So my opinion on whether or not you should go lease or not is if you're comfortable running a business yet or not. And where I get to on that is, can you afford to have a negative check?
No.
So I would highly recommend out the gate then go company, because you will not go negative as company. And even if it's for 3 months or 2 weeks or whatever you need to do, but what I recommend when I have my students is go company first, and then you'll figure out, get through at least your first home time as a company driver. Because it's what I mean by that is it's a total different beast out here from when you go solo to when you go get your own, or from training to when you go solo.
Okay.
So because the reason why I say that is when you go lease, my goal, at least my goal is, and when I try and get everyone to understand what the goal to go when they go lease is to, you want to be able to complete that lease. Otherwise, you're throwing money at Prime for no reason.
Okay.
So like we got guys out there that all the new body styles coming in that they quit their lease to get the new body style and then just go and get the new body style and then they end up quitting. So all that money that they paid into that truck, the tire fund, everything else, all the equity that they built up, they're walking away from.
All out the window.
Yep.
Yeah, my trainer advised that I did the same thing, but I try to get as many opinions as I can. Because it's starting to boil down to that time. I'm hoping I should be actually upgrading by the end of next week. I'm hoping.
Sweet. Yeah.
Depending on how our next couple loads go.
Yeah. David, with our lease, it's a complete walkaway lease. You just lose out whatever money you put into, like your tire fund and the equity that you built up on your buyout. So it does not affect your credit, even if you go through a lease purchase through Prime. It's not on your credit, which is a good thing but a bad thing. So it's a good thing because you can have absolutely horrible credit and buy a truck. It's a bad thing because those truck payments are not getting reported to the credit bureau.
Okay.
So, but yeah, for jumping out, I recommend going company first. Get through your first home time. I don't know if you got wife and kids or anything else like that back home, and get through that process because that first home time and then trying to get back out on the road, that's where the hard part's at.
Yeah, I got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old at home.
Yeah.
So it's been definitely a road, that's for sure.
Yep.
And yeah. Anywho. Well, cool. I'm glad this is working out for you. Again, I appreciate videos.
Yeah.
And I'll continue to follow and keep watching. And,
Okay.
it's actually time for me inside. So.
All right, man. Stay safe. And if you ever have any problems, as I said, the phone number you called in on, it would only be active during lives, but I will get notifications on email if you leave me like a voicemail and you want me to answer a question or something, and I can give you a call back.
Cool. Awesome.
All right, man.
All right.
Yep. Yep. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you later.
You do the same. Have a good night.
Yep. All right. So that actually worked. I don't know. I think David and Kenworth, could you guys hear him all right? As I said, I'm trying to figure out all this stuff all at the same time here. I don't know if my Facebook people jump back in or not, but yeah, I'm gonna do up a whole separate video, explaining what the true difference between, company. Let me just leave that up on there because it worked that way. Between company, yes, but barely, perfectly fine. Okay. Yeah, it was a little low, so as I said, I'm going to try and figure out how I can loop that into from phone. I think all I would need is an audio cable. I'm going to figure it out. So, yes, so going to be working on a lot more call-ins. Again, if you want to call in and ask a question, if you feel like it, phone number, I'll type it back in here. 615-392-1691. So, as I said, this phone number is active all the time. But when I'm not doing live streams and all that, I'm gonna have it on, going straight to voicemail. So I will get a notification right away that you left me a voicemail. So if it's an emergency, I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. If it's just a general question or something or anything else like that, I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. If I'm mistaken, when you go lease, ain't you gotta pay for everything like you're done your truck and you gotta pay for it. You know, we gotta pay for your fuel. Yeah, yes. All right, real quick, main difference between lease and an owner op. There's only one difference. Lease driver will never own a truck. That's it. Everything else that's involved with being an owner op. It's still dropping frames here and there, but piece of crap. Oh well. All the other expenses and everything else, it's the same. But the only difference is at the end of the term, you're not going to own the truck. You're just turning the truck back in. I gotta dig back into it and see what they tell you that your lease buyout is going to be, how it's calculated. Yeah, basically you're renting a truck. Easiest way to explain it to people, a lease driver compared to lease purchase or an owner op is like a lease driver, you're in an apartment. Owner op, you're buying a house, or lease purchase, you're buying the house. Owner op, you have the title to the house. That's the way I look at it. So, but I'm gonna do a whole breakdown on for like prime side of things on what the like home time and all that, how that works for company, and how long they can have the truck at home, stuff like that. Kind of compare company lease and lease purchase to get the true definition of what's going on. There's a lot of people coming into Prime that think that lease is lease purchase. They're two completely separate things. Go ahead, part of the end of the lease, you gotta give it back. Yeah, and I gotta do up my video. Oh, I kind of forgot I didn't do it. I did complete one lease already, so I'm gonna kind of go through on what it's like to actually complete a lease. I don't think there's anyone that's really talked about it. I know Woody's done like getting the title to the truck and stuff like that, but I don't think anyone's really talked about what it actually means and what you get and what you have to go through on the steps when you actually complete your lease. So, turn it in, completion, get bonus at the end. Yep. I'm not going to tell you exactly what my bonus is because it's going to be different for everyone. When I turned my truck in, it had 530,000 miles on it. Some guys, when they turn it at the end of the lease, they only have 320. So their bonus is going to be a little bit shorter than mine. I think the most I've heard of was like 620 when they turned it in. Yeah. That's what a lot of people like. What Cameron said. I'm fine with that because it's nice to have a new truck every 3 years with full warranty. When you get into and you start understanding what the cost is to repair the DEF and DPF and your turbo and everything else, that gets costly real quick. Thankfully, like what you kind of guys want to pay attention to is pay attention to Woody and his woodshed. That was a prime truck. And pay attention to what he's going through on with the repairs right now, because I believe that truck is out of warranty. So all that stuff now is coming out of pocket. So if you really kind of want to see what can pop up at the end of a lease purchase, pay attention to that woodshed. If you do lease purchase at the end of the lease, you get this title to try. Yeah. So lease purchase is basically it starts out at $14,000 down. It's a 3 or 4 year term. Of course, 4-year the payment's gonna be a little bit cheaper. And your last payment's $100, and that's just the fee to transfer the title, and the truck's yours. Permit now. Live in Missouri. If you live in Missouri, yeah, get your permit now. It's gonna save you the headache of having to test it out when you get into the terminal. If you don't live in Missouri, you have to wait to get to Missouri to get your permit. Missouri realized, this is my speculation, Missouri realized how much money they were losing from out of states just transferring their permit to Missouri compared to having to pay the full Missouri price. So yeah, if you already live in Missouri, get your permit now. You're gonna have a lot less stress because way it works is you go through class Monday and Tuesday, and I believe it's Wednesday you start testing. You have to pass by Friday, otherwise you're getting sent home. And he's sinking a lot of money into the woodshed. Yep. He had the number 1 box go out, which took out his turbo. If I'm correct in all that, I think that was something like a $14,000 bill. And that was just on that's not including everything else he's had to put money into. So, trying to think if there's, make sure I don't miss anybody. My brain's going crap. I'm glad I got all this back up and working. Showing that I'm dropping some frame rates here, but hopefully everything's still streaming good for you guys. Bonus berries. Yeah. So the biggest thing from what I'm paying attention to is if I decide to go into lease purchase, or I can buy, if I meet the criteria, you can take your lease truck and buy it at the end. There's some requirements to be able to do that. And then it's 2 years of payments. The payments are a hell of a lot cheaper than what they are now. At the end, it's mine. What I'm noticing to do is you still want to be pretending that you have a truck payment and throwing that into a maintenance fund account that you do not touch for anything else. Yeah, he just changed out everything on the front axle a couple days ago. Yeah, he's been doing a lot of maintenance to that truck, but that truck's a moneymaker. With no payment on that, he can afford to drop a bunch of money in that thing to keep it running. I don't think I missed anything from anybody. Where is no one on Facebook? Or no one's coming on Facebook? Yeah, it shows it on there. Oh well. I'll say on this, if you're catching this on replays, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell. You will get notified when I go live. I will be doing a lot more lives. I'll leave my phone line open here for a couple more minutes if anyone else wants to try and call in. Hopefully it works this time. 615-392-1691. You want to call in. And as I said, that number will go straight to voicemail, so if you want to leave me a fun voicemail or something else like that. Pretty much main reason why that is if someone catches this on replay, I don't want my phone blowing up while I'm sleeping, and it also help kind of limit who's calling. And just so you know, with it, if you call with a blocked number, I'm not going to answer. So, other than that, I was talking to the earlier feed that was watching Crazy Bags. If you're not subscribed to him already, go give him a subscribe, and the same thing as Chad Rich. Those guys are doing great things as training right now. And kind of showing their experience with their students right now. Crazy's up into the Northwest. I don't know how far he made it. He's been having to shut down constantly because of snow and everything else. So it's just literally showing how crazy and your training could be. So go give them a subscribe. What's the difference between company lease? Pretty much company, you're getting cents per mile. All the miles, you don't have to worry about any expenses for the truck. You don't worry about fuel, don't worry about maintenance, you don't worry about any of that. The company pays for it, but you're getting cents per mile. As I said, I'll do up a video tomorrow really breaking it down to like for home time and stuff like that, comparing company to lease company. You have a minimum amount you have to be out, and then a maximum amount you can have the truck at home. So lease, you can kind of do whatever you want to do, as long as you stay out of the negative. Seeing the lease list today, the internationals are going fast as Freightliners and Pete. My personal opinions, and this is pre-2020 internationals, so not the new ones. The ones before that were having a bunch of DEF problems. I know a couple of my friends who had them. And even at other companies, they're having a bunch of DEF and DPF problems, and that's why a lot of those trucks are getting turned back in. Any of those trucks that you are looking at on that lease list that are used, go through that the maintenance record that they give you. Go through it and you kind of, if you got to take a scratch piece of paper off to the side and look at like what I'll call it. All right, it was in for DEF pump. It was in for like 4 or 5 different times, or if it was in, you kind of notice, you'll notice a pattern of these trucks. And what happens is people get tired of putting these trucks in the shops, and that's why they're turning them back in and getting something else. I know that happened a lot with some of the Peterbilts with having electrical problems. People got sick with them, or the other part was is they weren't the ultralops yet, and people didn't realize how short a midroof is on that truck. What's the wait time for a trainer? I really don't know. I haven't trained a student since 2018. So, hey Kevin, yeah, I'm back on. It, my signal crapped out. It was something to do with this truck that was backing in next to me, and then it refreshed and everything's back up. So, so it kind of goes in waves. Sometimes there is trainers waiting for students. A lot of times there's students waiting for trainers. It kind of depends on the class size and how many make it through. Don't be scared when you make it in on Sunday and then Monday morning, your first class, you see 150 plus students there in that first day. By the time Wednesday rolls around, you're going to be down at least 50 to 75 people for background and drug test. I've said it a million times, and I'll keep saying it. If you're going to piss dirty, do not come. Because what happens if you test positive for drugs, they're going to tell you to get off property, you got to find your own way home. Your recruiter will tell you that. And Yeah. I didn't hear about the recall. I'm in a Freightliner. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a huge recall on Kenworths and Pete's. It happens a lot. There's a lot of crazy shit that'll happen with Peterbilts to go into the shop for one thing and then find out there was recalls or there's updates, and you'll be carried into that shop for 2 or 3 days to get everything taken care of. Yeah, make sure your background check is good to go. You can go through, get your motor vehicle report, that will show your background on it, and find out if there's something pending out there. The two major things to look at if you're going to have any background issues at Prime is look up the requirements to get a TWIC card, TWIC, Transportation Workers Identification Card. If you cannot qualify to get to that card, you will not be hired by Prime. If you can't qualify to get a passport, you will not get hired. So those are the two things to kind of look at. There is felonies on there that are automatic disqualifiers from being able to get those. So Prime will tell you to only put down 10 years, but if say 15 years ago you did armed robbery, you're going to get automatically disqualified. Yeah, that dude was nuts. That's why I said I'm parked, been kind of relaxing today, took a nice long shower, and just kind of enjoying everything. And you got to get a passport. When I originally upgraded to get my passport, that was I got my license July 3rd, 2013. When I went that day to get my passport, government was shut down, so I never got my passport. It only became an issue once during training, but my trainer lived in Michigan. He just left me at his house, and he went and finished up. The load came back, picked me up, away we went. If that happens during training, where your trainer has a load going into Canada, he has his passport, you don't have yours, Prime will put you up in a hotel room, and till your trainer comes back and gets you. So don't worry about it. It's not a huge issue. You got a misdemeanor to disqualify you from. I don't know what disqualifies you or not off the top of my head. The best advice I can give you is if you have anything on your record, yeah, anything on your record, disclose it right away to your recruiter. Don't hide anything. That's the other thing. Don't lie on your application, because when they do the full background check and you sit down for your interview, all that is going over your background and making sure you're not lying about anything. If you lie and they catch you in your lie, and I'll tell you the story that was told to us, was guy came in, said on his application didn't have any arrests, nothing like that, nothing to disclose. When they did his interview, they pulled it up and they found something. They gave him 4 chances to come clean about it, and all it was he got ticketed for public urination. He kept denying it for over and over and over again, saying it wasn't him, wasn't him, wasn't him. Actually, he didn't get ticketed. He got arrested for it. He got booked. So there was a mug shot. So he reaches up, grabs the monitor, turns it towards him, and shows his freaking picture for getting booked for public urination. And I go, all right, you're going home. Be upfront about it. Tell your recruiter right off the bat exactly what's going on. they have a lot more knowledge into all that criminal background stuff. Prime does hire people with felonies. It's just got to be certain ones are automatic disqualifiers. I don't know which one. Yeah, Kevin, they were supposed to, if you remember that stupid check sheet where you got your free hat, that was like the last stop you were supposed to go to was the post office. It wasn't kind of really required, so a lot of trainers don't make their students get their passport. Yeah. Well, welcome back in, RH. Yeah, glad you guys are coming back. Key numbers jumped back up a little bit. Yeah, for whatever reason, my signal just totally went to crap when this truck freaking backed in next to me. Good old Warner, whatever the hell he's got going on in there, like killed everything off. So, but yeah, we're back up to full bars and everything's rocking and rolling. So, yeah, not anymore. So yeah, it's been a bit since I've gone through it, so I don't know if they are requiring the passport or not anymore. I don't know. Recruiter can answer that real quick for you. Passports in exchange where you had to get in your free time when you go home. Okay. I think there was an issue because when I came through with the passport, there was an issue because they were letting Prime, or the passport office was charging Prime. They didn't have to pay cash for it or charge it on your own time or your own money. Um, so there was a big conflict in there. I think that's kind of why they're kind of backing off on the passport right now. I have a Class E and run straight truck. I have DOT physical and run e-logs, but really thinking about coming to Prime. I appreciate you. Hey, no problem, man. If you, I don't know if you're going to use someone else as a referral. There is, in the description to the video on YouTube side, down towards the middle, there is a link to the application, and to get you going on it. Running. Truck card was still something you have to get as soon as you get hired. Yeah, you have to get the truck card. So, but hopefully everyone's staying safe tonight. As I said in an earlier video, it just shows how quick everything out here can go from 0 to 100, and it won't even be your fault. And with my other situation with not knowing that my driver's license was expired, if I wouldn't have missed and didn't renew my driver's license and we hit, even though he would have been 100% at fault for the accident, but because my driver's license was expired, then all the blame would have been put back on me because I shouldn't have been there on the road. Yeah, if you are interested in coming to Prime and you do appreciate my videos, I do kind of ask that I haven't put it into my videos too much, but it will ask you on your application if you want to refer a driver. My driver code is good old CASFJA. It's gonna be in there. I wouldn't even recommend Kenworth. Out of those three you listed, Sierra England, Sierra ST, and Swift, for training program. And what's kind of scary is I would have recommended Swift over the other two. I know Swift has a bad reputation out there about talking about they're in accidents everywhere, but the simple fact is if Prime had the same amount of trucks and trailers out there that Swift has, we'd be just as bad as Swift. It's just a numbers thing. And there's a whole, I'm not going to get into the whole thing about it, is how people are like, well, how are they still in business? Well, they have so many trucks because, so that kind of, you can have 200 screw ups, but you've got 15,000 trucks, so it's not like nothing. Yeah, I'm just saying for everyone catching it, if you can't make it through, I am going to get hold of a third-party recruiter. That's coming up here real quick. I'm going to try and interview them. If you can't get into Prime for whatever reason, Prime is one of the harder training companies to get into. They can help you get into other companies. I mean, it's such a good company. Drivers are hiring inexperienced drivers. That's why they're all crashing. It kind of reflects on training. And it's kind of the same thing with Prime. Is all of a sudden you start seeing a lot of Prime trucks do a lot of stupid things. You kind of got to go look back into is how long have they been here and how was their training. So, and no one wants to use your driver code, Kevin. Oh man. Trying to run through everything real quick. I don't know. I'm at the point now. I talked about the show that you want, and I could show that stupid guy again real quick if you really want me to. Feel free to call in if you want to call in. It should be working now. Or feel free to ask your questions. Anything and everything you want to ask me, I'll answer. So not only do I need to do my lease video, I'm going to do interview video with another different recruiter from outside source. I want to do a recruiter video for the Prime. One of these days I'll be sitting down with Andrea. We're going to work that out. And then going to start doing interviews. I'm going to be setting up with Sinister for sure. Been talking back and forth kind of with Crazy Bakes and Chad Rich, and going to interview them, kind of get their story out there. Probably I'm going to try and reach out to probably Trucker Nene. And pretty much, and from there, if there's anyone that you would like me to try and interview, let me know, and I'm gonna try and work out some kind of a different style interview, and see if it works out. I think me and Sinister are gonna test it out first. Freight really that bad in Florida? I see trucks here all the time. Out of Florida sucks. The rates just suck. That's basically what it is. The two main things that Prime has coming out of Florida is flowers from Miami, and those going up to Pearson. Then they get reworked and off. From Pearson out, it's going to be all team loads. All the solo loads, you're either picking up Coca-Cola or Tropicana. Yeah, over in Orlando, we have the what the hell is it over there? The Tropicana right over there. We have our tiny little itty bitty drop yard over there too. My brain doesn't want to think of that city. I don't know. Kevin's in here. He can probably remember what city the drop yard's in. Bradenton. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, the Tropicana plant. And we do a lot in and out there. I don't know if it's south. It's kind of a cluster to get into. I can tell you that much. The weirdest thing, alright, I gotta tell you a story about Tropicana there in Bradenton. One of the last times I was in there, and this was solo, got dispatched to unload, went to pick it up, and I was looking at my dispatch. On our load assignment, it tells you what the reefer set point is. And on my Qualcomm, it said dry, which means we leave the reefer off. And I'm like, that's odd, because what juice are we picking up that doesn't have to be refrigerated? I get there and I find out it's a trailer full of motor oil. 5 weight 30 and 10 weight 30, synthetic. Took that up to Chicago. It's actually a decent paying load. I was paying like $1.85 out of Florida, which was actually really good. Other than that, just the biggest problem is like where I was making great money OTR when I was running OTR was grabbing loads going from Georgia right into Florida, and then deadheading back up to Georgia and going right back into Florida. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, I picked up motor oil, a trailer load of motor oil at Tropicana, and it wasn't a drop load because it was on the same bills as Tropicana is. Did I miss something? Yeah, Florida's been a mess. What was interesting was going in and seeing years later still the aftermath of Katrina in Louisiana. That's still years of cleaning up. I don't think it'll ever be the same. Hey, Daniel. All right. So he's right in here on Facebook, Mr. Daniel Cox. If you guys are coming in and you wanted me to be your PSD trainer, but since I'm not training right now, go see Mr. Daniel Cox. He is my offspring for training. Yeah. Whoop whoop. Um, he catches himself now repeating a lot of stuff I would say to him that would piss him off as a student, but now he gets why I said what I said to him. So, if you're looking for a great PSD trainer, get a hold of him. Well, yeah, new truck. I've had a couple weird electrical gremlins come in. Other than that, nothing major. Stuff would flash up, but it would go away. So I haven't had any major issues with this truck yet, and I'm just about 85,000 miles on it. So, yeah, there's oil load in Port Allen that goes to New Jersey. I've done it multiple times. Trained by the best. Yep. So, since I lived there, Fluid Yard, Deadhead, Georgia. Beer. We do a shit ton of intrastate beer loads. I would get the load going from Jacksonville to Punta Gorda. Budweiser load. There is a whole shit ton of Budweiser that we move throughout Florida. If your lease, it's kind of something you don't want to really do. That load didn't pay too bad, but with all beer loads, they are super heavy. Otherwise, yes, you'll gotta head up to Georgia, grab a meat load, or what was the other one? Shaw's Carpeting. I haven't heard that second one. I'm not even attempt to say that name, Kenworth. But I haven't picked it up. But yeah, we do a boat ton of Budweiser. There are some weird seafood loads and stuff that we pick up in Florida too. It's just not real common. So, but the kind of like big thing is it's flowers, beer, and juice in Florida. Those are our main three that we move. Otherwise, you're heading up to Georgia to grab something. I got a produce load from Georgia, looked like from Kroger and Shelbyville. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty much what you want to do with Florida. It's kind of like California. Actually, California's opposite. The loads going into California kind of suck, and the produce loads coming out are a lot better. Florida's the opposite, where the loads going in pay freaking awesome, but the loads coming out of Florida suck. Now I have had it where Tropicana going up into the DC area. Pretty much, we all joke that we're delivering government juice. But those loads actually pay real good going up into there. I think I had like a $2.10 mile load from Florida up into the DC area for juice. I don't drink beer. Budweiser gives me a headache and makes me freaking pee out of a hole that I shouldn't be peeing out of. So I stick with the hard stuff. Yeah, heavy beer loads are not fun. You gotta learn how to secure. I think that's kind of one of the worst loads we carry for reefer for securement. You want to make sure that your low locks are in proper, but the problem is if you start doing something stupid, you can easily ship those kegs if you got kegs on. You want to make sure you keep your following distance double or triple what you normally would. Gentle on the brakes, gentle shifting. Beer loads are a pain in the ass. I haven't picked up too much in beer out of Tampa. Pottsville, maybe. Maybe. I forgot what craft beer it was. It's when you're running team or TNT, you pick up out of North Carolina, goes to California, reload right there out of California at the same place, and go back to North Carolina. I had a student. We had fresh clocks. We did that run. We did North Carolina, California, back to North Carolina, and then we made it from North Carolina, and we had to drop the load on the yard in Springfield because I had an hour left on my 70, and he had 3 hours left on his 70, and we weren't getting anything back for the next day. So we made it and had to shut down and do a 34-hour reset at the yard. Yeah. Beer loads are guaranteed going to be heavy. When I came out of home time, I had a Samuel Adams load I had to repower that came out of Cleveland that went into Arkansas, and it killed my fuel economy because they're so freaking heavy, and then doing those freaking U.S. routes between, let me tell you, the cities. What kind of thing I love about our stuff is I can look up my past loads. So my first stop was in Hot Springs, Arkansas. And then from there, and then I had to take back roads up to Fort Smith, Arkansas. It absolutely freaking killed my fuel economy for the week. It dropped me down to 7.5 for the week, but still made great money for the week. So, what is what it is. So, hey, big country, kind of coming in late. How you doing, man? I'm just chilling, kind of bullshitting, kind of going over questions, if anything. I'll pass those for the last 30 days. Yeah. On this account, if I could turn 4 loads in a week, I'm making great money. If I hit 5 loads, I'm making fantastic money. And if I can turn a 5th load, I'm looking at close to somewhere between $5,000 and $6,000 revenue as a solo driver. So I'm not arguing. Right, and the other reason why I parked for tonight is my delivery is not till 2100 Central Time tomorrow. It's about a 5.5 hour drive from DC to the store. That would have dropped my 70 down to 11 hours. Or either way, tomorrow it's going to drop down to that anyways. But I am not getting anything back on my 70 tonight, and I'm only getting an hour 49 back on my 70 tomorrow. Because that's when I came out of the house. I dropped from 24 down to 40 and had to take a 10-hour break to run that beer load. So it kind of screwed up everything. So next couple days I might be doing a lot of videos because I might probably be doing 34. Yeah. I only get 2 or 3 loads a week, but I'm accompanied 2,500 miles max. Yeah, I'm sitting between 23 and 2,600 miles as a lease driver. But the difference between me and you is you're chasing the miles, I'm chasing the load, so I want the lower amount of miles, but the higher money. That's where a lot of people get themselves in trouble when they don't understand when you get paid percentage. You don't want to be chasing those higher mile loads. You want to be chasing those higher paying loads. So I think I got a couple people jumped in here a little bit late. Just in case you guys didn't see it, in the first video I showed what this idiot did today to me. I'm going to, hold on, I'm rewinding down here little. Alright, it's all the way back to the beginning. So I'm going to fire that up for you guys one last time here so you guys can see it. So there's that. Alright, so I was traveling on US 64 westbound in Arkansas, probably about 15-20 minutes out of Bald Knob, Arkansas, if you want to look up on the Google Maps on where this happened. I need to replace my security cameras. Make sure I clicked on the right screen. Yeah. Alright, I need to replace my security cameras. They're kind of getting worn. I don't even remember how many years old this system is. I'm going to update to the 1080p. This is only recorded at 780. But this is why I have the cameras on my truck the way I do. So you're going to see what happened today and how it could have ended really badly. So this is at regular speed. I'm not going to point anything out. I'm just going to let it play. Just in case you missed it. And yes, I know if you catch this on the replay or want to comment, yes, I know my windshield's dirty. Good luck trying to keep your windshield clean on back roads. So now we're gonna jump back at. So now we're at 30% speed. This is how fast things happen, and why. I'll wait till after. Let me back that up. Check out how wonderful maintained this car is. Raise your hand if you think he has insurance. I'm really surprised you didn't catch the trailer. I said earlier, it's been so wet down here. If I would have caught this grass with my steer tire over here, I would have been sunk in and freaking yanked into that ditch. That would have sucked. But here it is one more time at real full actual speed, and it just shows you how quick this shit happens out here. And that's why Prime will preach to you about distracted driving. So that was my afternoon and why I decided to park. So we're gonna go back over to here, pull that back up, and then, oops, clicked on the wrong screen. Hey, you got like 50 of me up. Fix that over. Alright. I don't know if he was texting or driving, Daniel. I saw he was wearing sunglasses. I couldn't tell where he was looking. That camera when I was on the truck 2 years ago. Yeah, so alright, Daniel, tell you how old those cameras are. I replaced 2 of the cameras in 2 years, so it's held up pretty good for the weather treatment that this thing goes through. Actually, it's not an HP, it's a Acer Predator. I have that. You're gonna make me. I'll put that shit on. Hold on. If I still have that fucker. Here. Hold on. Bear with me for a second. Is this it? If I have this, Daniel, you're gonna get put on blast. Oh, it's the. It's not on there. Hold on. If I gotta, I'm gonna search a couple spots. Ah, alright, there we go. Alright, give me a second to search this. Hopefully, hey, just Daniel, tell your buddy not to give me a freaking community strike for this, because I'm going to be showing it. Oh, what the fuck type of... give me a sec to get it pulled up. Bear with me. You're going to want to see this one and what Daniel went through. Slash. S. You think YouTube would work at better naming system? Ah, that's what? Hold on. I'm gonna have to do it this way. Bear with me. Share. And I'll do it this way too. I'm gonna send it to myself. Alright. Now we gotta go over here. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna have it up here in about 2 seconds. This is puckered my asshole when I saw it. Alright. I'm gonna put this. So I need to go back over here. Alright. So this was, I think Daniel can tell you how far Solo went to earn. This was right out of home time and this happened to him. And you want to talk about ass puckering. So, here we go. Oh, we don't want to see the chat. I'm going to minimize that. And then we're going to put this full screen. Alright. Watch this one. Again, this is why you have a dash cam, because if Daniel wouldn't have had a dash cam on this, he would have been screwed because the cops would have never believed him. So, let's take that back a little bit. I'll show you one time here in full speed, and I'll point a couple things out to you guys. Hey, kick the door open. But what to notice, I'm sorry, I'm putting you through this, Daniel, but this is actually a great example of, so if you look right down, my finger's not in the right spot, but you see the big circle. If you look down to the bottom right corner of the circle, you can see the SUV down there in the dirt. He's lucky there's that white pickup truck back down there. Let me back that up a little bit. Right there. He's lucky he didn't get T-boned right down there at that white pickup truck down there at that light. He had to have been within inches of catching him. I want to know what was going through that guy's mind when he saw that thing going, that freaking guy coming right up the freaking road, right through the dirt. Got some air there. Enough momentum. He had nowhere to go. And I wonder how bad this guy, that other truck that's back behind here, how bad he was shitting himself and having to shut the truck down in order to hitting him. So, we're gonna switch this back here. And pull up chat. So, yeah. So, gotta love that, man. I don't know how you didn't collect him up. So, yeah. Alright. So, alright, I've been going, I don't know how long, hour 10 on this one. If you guys kept that phone number, as I said, that phone number, if you want to call and leave a message, it is active. It just will go straight to voicemail, and I'll get back to you whenever I can get back to you. Other than that, make sure you go through my lesson is you go through and you go through all your personal stuff yourself. Do not rely on the company from taking care of that crap for you. Like my driver's license was expired. Don't plan on having your company take care of that stuff for you or keep you updated on what's going on. Same thing with your medical card. So, alright, everyone, I'm going to bed. Gotta roll out in the early AM here. So, y'all stay safe, and I will talk to you later.